Imagine for a moment that every challenge you face, every twist of fate, every so-called setback is just a stepping stone to a greater good. Imagine living each day not with fear, but with quiet confidence, knowing that the universe is conspiring in your favor. Sounds magical, doesn't it? But it's not magic, it's a way of being that can transform your life. What if I told you that the secret to unlocking this life is already within you? That by simply acting as if everything always works out for you, you begin to align yourself with opportunities, solutions, and outcomes that you once thought were impossible. Stay with me, because in the next few moments we're going to dive deep into this life-changing mindset. By the end of this journey, you'll not only understand how to act as if everything works out, you'll feel empowered to start living it. The power of assumption lies at the very core of human experience, shaping not only how we perceive the world, but also how the world responds to us. To assume that everything always works out for you is not mere wishful thinking, it's a profound shift in perspective that can alter the trajectory of your life. This way of thinking begins with the recognition that our assumptions act as the lens through which we see reality. Whether consciously or unconsciously, these beliefs guide our actions, influence our emotions, and set the tone for what we attract into our lives. When you assume that things will work out in your favor, you begin to behave differently. Your posture exudes confidence, your decisions are made with clarity, and your energy becomes magnetic. People are drawn to those who radiate calm assurance, and opportunities seem to appear where none existed before. This phenomenon isn't magic, it's the result of shifting your mindset to align with possibility rather than limitation. The mind is a powerful tool, and its assumptions create ripples that extend far beyond your internal world. They influence your relationships, your career, and even your health. Consider how most of us live burdened by the assumption that things could go wrong at any moment. This default state of worry not only drains our energy, but also clouds our ability to see opportunities and solutions. Fear narrows our vision, making us blind to the resources that are often right in front of us. When we assume the worst, we behave in ways that inadvertently invite those outcomes. We hesitate, second-guess ourselves, and communicate uncertainty. These behaviors create a self-fulfilling prophecy, reinforcing the very outcomes we fear. But what happens when you flip the script? When you act as though everything will work out, you stop bracing for disaster and start looking for ways to thrive. You begin to trust in the flow of life, recognizing that setbacks are often setups for greater opportunities. This trust doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending that life is always easy. It means choosing to believe that, regardless of the obstacles, a favorable outcome is always within reach. This belief opens doors both internally and externally. Internally, it cultivates resilience and creativity, enabling you to face challenges with a problem-solving mindset. Externally, it creates an energy that attracts like-minded people and circumstances into your life. When you adopt this perspective, you start to notice how your assumptions influence your reality. If you walk into a room assuming people won't like you, your body language, tone of voice, and overall demeanor reflect that insecurity. Others pick up on this, often unconsciously, and their reactions may confirm your fears. But if you assume that you are welcome and valued, your behavior changes, you carry yourself with ease, engage more openly, and invite positive interactions. The difference lies entirely in your assumption. The same principle applies to broader aspects of life. When you assume that opportunities will come your way, you remain open to them. You don't close yourself off with doubt or dismiss possibilities out of fear of failure. This openness allows you to seize moments that others might overlook. It's not about being naive or ignoring risks, it's about understanding that your assumption of success primes you for action, while the assumption of failure keeps you stuck. This way of thinking doesn't just alter how you approach external situations, it transforms your internal state as well. When you assume that everything works out, your mind begins to relax. Anxiety diminishes because you're no longer preoccupied with trying to control every outcome. Instead, you develop a sense of trust not necessarily in specific events, but in your ability to navigate them. This trust becomes a foundation for peace of mind, allowing you to face uncertainty with grace rather than fear. And when your mind is calm, you're better equipped to handle challenges with wisdom and clarity. Living with a winning mindset is not about pretending life is without challenges, but about embodying the attitudes and behaviors that align with success, even before success becomes tangible. It begins with understanding that our mindset creates the foundation for every action we take and every result we achieve. When you consciously choose to think, act, and feel as though you are already succeeding, you align yourself with the energy and focus required to make that success a reality. It's less about external circumstances and more about the internal shift that transforms how you navigate the world. A winning mindset is rooted in clarity and intention. People who achieve extraordinary things don't necessarily start with more resources or fewer obstacles. They start with a belief that they can achieve what they set out to do. This belief drives their decisions, habits, and resilience in the face of setbacks. Acting with a winning mindset means aligning your daily actions with the version of yourself that has already succeeded. This isn't about faking it or being unrealistic. It's about embodying the qualities and attitudes that lead to progress and growth. When you see yourself as capable and worthy of success, you act in ways that reflect those beliefs, and the world responds accordingly. One of the key elements of living with a winning mindset is the ability to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. Challenges are inevitable, but how you frame them makes all the difference. Someone with a losing mindset sees obstacles as proof that success is out of reach. They become consumed by fear, doubt, and frustration, which leads to stagnation. In contrast, a winning mindset views obstacles as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone, a chance to develop new skills or gain a deeper understanding of the journey. This shift in perspective doesn't make challenges disappear, but it does empower you to face them with courage and creativity. Another essential component is taking consistent, intentional action. A winning mindset isn't passive or reliant on luck, it's proactive and deliberate. It's about recognizing that the path to success is paved with small, meaningful steps taken consistently over time. Even when the results aren't immediately visible, those with a winning mindset trust that their efforts will compound and lead to breakthroughs. They don't give up when progress seems slow or when setbacks occur. Instead, they stay focused on their vision and continue to move forward, knowing that persistence is often the defining factor between success and failure. Living with this mindset also means cultivating a sense of gratitude and abundance. Success doesn't come from a place of lack or desperation, but from an awareness of the resources and opportunities already available to you. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you create a sense of momentum and possibility. Gratitude shifts your energy, making you more receptive to opportunities and more resilient in the face of challenges. It allows you to see the good in situations that others might overlook and to leverage those positives to your advantage. A winning mindset also thrives on flexibility and adaptability. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned, and those who cling rigidly to one path often struggle when things don't go as expected. In contrast, those with a winning mindset embrace change as part of the process. They adjust their strategies and remain open to new ideas, understanding that success often requires pivoting and experimenting. This willingness to adapt doesn't mean abandoning your vision, it means being resourceful and creative in how you achieve it. Confidence plays a critical role in maintaining a winning mindset. Confidence isn't about arrogance or false bravado, it's about trusting in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. This trust comes from preparation, self-awareness, and a commitment to growth. Confidence allows you to take risks, seize opportunities, and recover from failures without losing sight of your ultimate goal. It's a quiet, steady assurance that no matter what happens, you are capable of finding a way forward. Detachment from fear is a transformative practice that liberates the mind and allows you to act with clarity and confidence. Fear, for many people, operates as an invisible tether, keeping them rooted in hesitation, doubt, and inaction. It whispers worst-case scenarios into the mind, magnifies the smallest uncertainties, and creates barriers where none truly exist. But when you detach from fear, you begin to see that it is not the events themselves that hold you back. It is the power you give to the fear of those events. Fear thrives on the energy you feed it. And by detaching from it, you reclaim that energy to use in more constructive and empowering ways. Detaching from fear does not mean ignoring it or pretending it doesn't exist. It means recognizing fear for what it is: a thought, a sensation, a reaction, rather than allowing it to define your choices. Fear is often rooted in the unknown, in the stories the mind tells about what might happen. But these stories are just that, stories. They are not reality. When you step back and observe your fear without judgment, you begin to see it as something separate from you, something that doesn't have to control your actions. This shift in perspective creates space for new possibilities, for bold decisions, and for courage to take root. The process of detachment begins with awareness. Fear often operates in the background, influencing your actions without you even realizing it. It disguises itself as caution, practicality, or even wisdom, but its underlying message is always the same: don't take that step. Something bad might happen. By bringing your fear into conscious awareness, you can start to question its validity. Is the danger real, or is it imagined? Is this fear protecting you, or is it holding you back? These questions help you separate genuine risks from the exaggerated stories your mind creates. Once you are aware of your fear, the next step is to confront it with curiosity rather than resistance. Most people try to suppress or avoid fear, thinking that will make it go away. But suppression only strengthens fear's grip, making it more persistent and overwhelming. Instead, approach your fear with a sense of inquiry. What exactly are you afraid of? What is the worst that could happen, and how likely is it? By examining fear in this way, you strip it of its mystery and power. It becomes something tangible, something you can understand and address rather than an all-encompassing force. Detachment from fear also involves shifting your focus from what you might lose to what you stand to gain. Fear tends to magnify the potential for loss while minimizing the potential for growth and reward. It keeps your attention fixed on the risks, making it difficult to see the opportunities. But when you consciously choose to focus on what you could gain: new experiences, personal growth, greater confidence, you create a sense of excitement and possibility that outweighs the fear. This doesn't mean the fear disappears entirely, but it becomes smaller and less significant in the face of your desire to move forward. A powerful tool for detaching from fear is the practice of trusting the process of life. Fear often stems from a need to control outcomes, to ensure that everything turns out exactly as you want it to. But life is inherently uncertain, and trying to control every detail is both exhausting and futile. By learning to trust that life has a way of unfolding as it should, you free yourself from the need to predict and manage every outcome. This trust doesn't mean you stop taking action. It means you take action without being paralyzed by the fear of failure or the unknown. Another important aspect of detachment is learning to reframe failure itself. Fear is often rooted in the belief that failure is something to be avoided at all costs, something that defines you or diminishes your worth. But failure, when viewed through the lens of growth, is simply a part of the journey. It is not the opposite of success, but a stepping stone toward it. Each failure carries a lesson, an insight, or an opportunity to adjust your approach. By detaching from the fear of failure, you allow yourself to take risks and explore paths that you might otherwise avoid. This openness to failure ultimately leads to greater resilience and creativity, qualities that are essential for long-term success. Detaching from fear also requires cultivating a sense of presence. Fear thrives in the future, in the what-ifs and hypothetical scenarios that may never come to pass. By bringing your attention to the present moment, you anchor yourself in what is real and tangible. The present is rarely as overwhelming as the mind's projections of the future. In the present, you can take small, manageable steps rather than feeling overwhelmed by the magnitude of the journey ahead. Presence allows you to act with calm and focus, even in the face of uncertainty. The role of perception in creating reality is one of the most profound yet often overlooked aspects of human experience. At every moment, we are interpreting the world through the lens of our beliefs, assumptions, and expectations. These perceptions shape not only how we see our external circumstances, but also how we respond to them, which in turn influences the outcomes we experience. Reality, in this sense, is not a fixed set of conditions, but a dynamic interplay between external events and our internal interpretation of those events. By shifting our perception, we can transform how we interact with the world and ultimately the trajectory of our lives. Perception begins with focus. What you focus on determines what you notice and how you interpret it. Two people can encounter the same situation and walk away with entirely different experiences based on what they chose to pay attention to. If you are focused on problems, obstacles, and limitations, your perception of reality will be one of struggle and scarcity. You will see opportunities as threats, challenges as insurmountable, and resources as insufficient. This negative focus creates a self-fulfilling cycle, where your actions are driven by fear and doubt, and the results reinforce your initial perception. On the other hand, if you focus on possibilities, opportunities, and solutions, your perception of reality shifts. Challenges become stepping stones, setbacks become lessons, and the world appears abundant rather than limited. This shift in focus doesn't change the external circumstances themselves, but changes how you engage with them. A person who perceives obstacles as opportunities will approach them with curiosity and determination, seeking creative ways to navigate them. This proactive mindset often leads to unexpected breakthroughs and opens doors that were previously hidden. Another critical aspect of perception is the role of belief. Your beliefs act as a filter, shaping how you interpret information and experiences. If you believe that you are capable and deserving of success, you will perceive the world as a place filled with opportunities waiting for you to seize them. This belief gives you the confidence to take risks, the resilience to face setbacks, and the vision to see potential where others see none. Conversely, if you believe that success is out of reach, your perception will reflect that limitation. You may dismiss opportunities as unrealistic, hesitate to take action, or interpret challenges as signs that you should give up. The power of perception also lies in its ability to influence the energy and attitude you bring to situations. Your perception of an event directly impacts how you feel about it, and in turn, how you respond. For instance, perceiving a difficult task as a burden creates feelings of resistance and frustration, which makes the task harder to accomplish. But if you perceive the same task as a chance to grow or a necessary step toward a larger goal, you approach it with enthusiasm and purpose, making it easier to tackle. This difference in attitude often determines whether you succeed or fail, regardless of the task's objective difficulty. Perception also plays a crucial role in how you interact with others. Your assumptions about people influence how you interpret their words and actions, which shapes the quality of your relationships. If you perceive others as allies, you are more likely to approach interactions with openness and trust, fostering collaboration and mutual support. But if you perceive others as obstacles or threats, you may act defensively or competitively, creating unnecessary conflict and division. By choosing to perceive others in a positive light, you not only improve your relationships, but also create an environment where cooperation and understanding can flourish. One of the most powerful ways to shift perception is through gratitude. Gratitude changes your focus from what is lacking to what is already present and good in your life. It trains your mind to see abundance rather than scarcity, which transforms your overall perception of reality. When you practice gratitude, you begin to notice the small blessings and opportunities that were previously overshadowed by your focus on problems. This shift in perception doesn't just make you feel better, it changes how you engage with the world, leading to actions that create more positive outcomes. The connection between perception and reality becomes even clearer when you consider the concept of self-fulfilling prophecies. What you expect often becomes what you experience because your expectations shape your actions. If you perceive an upcoming event as a failure waiting to happen, you may approach it with hesitation, lack of preparation, or low energy, which increases the likelihood of a poor outcome. But if you perceive the same event as an exciting opportunity, you bring energy, focus, and effort, dramatically improving your chances of success. This cycle demonstrates how perception directly influences reality, not through some mysterious force, but through the tangible impact of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Your perception also affects your ability to adapt and grow. When faced with change or uncertainty, your initial perception determines whether you resist or embrace it. Seeing change as a threat triggers fear and resistance, which can prevent you from taking the actions needed to move forward. But perceiving change as an opportunity for growth fosters curiosity and openness, allowing you to explore new possibilities and evolve in ways you never imagined. This adaptability is a key factor in navigating life's challenges and achieving lasting success. The practice of embodying the reality you desire is a powerful way to align your thoughts, actions, and emotions with the outcomes you wish to create. At its core, this approach involves living as though the life you want is already yours. It's not about pretending or denying your current circumstances. It's about stepping into the mindset, habits, and energy of the version of yourself who has already achieved what you seek. This way of being influences not only how you see yourself, but also how others perceive you and how opportunities seem to align in your favor. When you embody the reality you desire, you are essentially bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Most people approach their goals with a mindset of lack, focusing on what they don't have and waiting for external conditions to change before they feel confident, happy, or successful. This approach creates a sense of distance between their present state and their desired state, making the goal seem perpetually out of reach. By contrast, embodying the reality you desire shifts your focus from lack to abundance. You begin to act, think, and feel as though your desired outcome is already a part of your life, which creates a magnetic energy that draws your goal closer. A crucial element of this practice is aligning your thoughts with your desired reality. Your internal dialogue plays a significant role in shaping your external experience. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, or negativity, they create resistance and block the flow of opportunities. But when your thoughts are rooted in confidence, gratitude, and expectation, they create a fertile ground for success to take root. This doesn't mean suppressing or ignoring negative thoughts. It means consciously choosing to focus on the thoughts that support your vision. By doing so, you reprogram your mind to see possibilities where there were once limitations. Equally important is aligning your actions with your desired reality. It's not enough to simply think about what you want. You must take tangible steps that reflect the life you are working toward. This means adopting the habits, routines, and behaviors of the person you aspire to become. If you want to achieve financial abundance, for example, you might begin by managing your money with care and making decisions that reflect your long-term goals. If you want to cultivate deeper relationships, you might start by showing up with authenticity and generosity in your interactions. These actions, though small, send a powerful message to yourself and to the world that you are ready to receive the reality you desire. Another key aspect of embodying your desired reality is aligning your emotions with your vision. Emotions are the fuel that energizes your actions and intentions. If you approach your goals with feelings of desperation or frustration, you create an energy of resistance that pushes your desires away. But when you cultivate emotions like joy, gratitude, and excitement, you align yourself with the frequency of what you want to create. This doesn't mean waiting for your circumstances to change before you feel these emotions. It means finding ways to generate them in the present moment. Gratitude is particularly powerful in this regard, as it shifts your focus from what is missing to what is already present, creating a sense of fulfillment that attracts more to be grateful for. A significant benefit of embodying your desired reality is the impact it has on your confidence. When you act as though your goals are already achieved, you carry yourself with a sense of assurance and self-worth that others can sense. Confidence is attractive. It draws people, opportunities, and resources to you. It also helps you navigate challenges with resilience and determination, as you are no longer defined by your setbacks. Instead, you see them as temporary obstacles on the path to your inevitable success. Embodying your desired reality also shifts the way you interact with the world around you. When you believe in your vision and act as though it's already real, you naturally attract like-minded individuals who resonate with your energy and support your goals. You begin to notice synchronicities and opportunities that might have gone unnoticed before. This is not a coincidence, but a reflection of the alignment you've created between your inner state and your outer actions. By showing up as the person you aspire to be, you invite others and the universe itself to respond in kind. Another essential component of this practice is persistence. Embodying your desired reality is not a one-time decision, but a daily commitment. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and challenges that test your resolve. In those moments, it's crucial to return to your vision and remind yourself of why you started. Persistence doesn't mean forcing outcomes or ignoring obstacles. It means staying aligned with your desired reality, even when the evidence hasn't yet materialized. This consistency of thought, action, and emotion strengthens your connection to your vision and accelerates its manifestation. Trusting the unfolding of life is an invitation to release the grip of control and embrace the natural rhythm of existence. It is a recognition that life is not something to be dominated or forced into submission, but a dynamic process that moves according to its own flow. This trust does not imply passivity or complacency, rather, it involves an active partnership with the unknown, a willingness to meet each moment with openness and faith. It's about understanding that while you may not always have control over external events, you have control over how you respond. And that response can shape the course of your journey in profound ways. The need for certainty is one of the greatest sources of stress and resistance in life. We often strive to predict, plan, and manage every aspect of our existence, believing that this control will bring us security and success. But life, by its very nature, is unpredictable. Plans unravel, circumstances shift, and outcomes seldom align perfectly with our expectations. When you trust the unfolding of life, you let go of the illusion that everything must go according to plan and instead embrace the idea that life often knows better than you do. It is a surrender, not to defeat, but to the wisdom of a process much larger than yourself. Trusting life also requires an acceptance of timing. There is a natural cadence to growth, achievement, and change, and often it doesn't align with the timelines we set for ourselves. Patience becomes a vital part of this trust. When things don't happen as quickly or smoothly as you hoped, it's easy to fall into frustration or doubt. But patience allows you to stay grounded, recognizing that delays and detours are often essential parts of the process. Sometimes what seems like a setback is simply life preparing you for something greater than you initially imagined. Trusting this timing means allowing events to unfold without forcing or rushing them, knowing that everything has its season. Another aspect of trusting life is recognizing the opportunities hidden within challenges. Life rarely unfolds without difficulty, and these challenges often feel like interruptions to our plans. However, when you trust the process, you begin to see obstacles not as barriers but as stepping stones. They provide lessons, growth, and sometimes even redirection toward a path that better serves your true purpose. Trusting life means believing that even in the midst of struggle, there is value to be gained, and that the challenges you face are not random but part of a larger tapestry that is still being woven. Letting go of control doesn't mean giving up on effort or ambition. It means shifting your focus from controlling outcomes to showing up fully for the present moment. When you trust the unfolding of life, you recognize that your role is not to dictate every detail, but to align yourself with your goals and take inspired action. It's about being clear on your intentions while remaining flexible in how they manifest. This balance of intention and surrender creates a sense of ease and flow, where you can move forward with confidence while remaining open to the unexpected. Trusting life also involves cultivating a sense of inner security. Much of our need for control stems from fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of the unknown. But when you trust life, you shift your focus from external circumstances to the internal strength and resilience that allows you to navigate whatever comes your way. This trust in yourself and in life's unfolding creates a foundation of calm and stability, even in the face of uncertainty. It allows you to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear, knowing that you have the resources within you to adapt and thrive. This trust is further reinforced by reflecting on the moments in your life when things seem to fall into place unexpectedly. Often the most significant opportunities, relationships, or achievements come not from rigid plans, but from the serendipity of life's unfolding. These moments remind you that there is a natural intelligence to life, a way in which events seem to align when you are open and receptive. Trusting the process means leaning into this intelligence, allowing it to guide you even when the path ahead isn't entirely clear. A vital part of trusting life is embracing the idea that uncertainty is not something to be feared, but something to be celebrated. Uncertainty is where growth happens, where possibilities are born, and where the magic of life unfolds. When you cling to certainty, you limit your potential and confine yourself to what is already known. But when you trust the unfolding, you open yourself to the vast array of experiences and opportunities that life has to offer. This trust allows you to navigate the unknown with courage and curiosity, confident that whatever lies ahead is part of a larger journey. Finally, trusting life means living with an attitude of gratitude and presence. When you focus on the present moment, rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, you create space for joy, connection, and appreciation. Life's unfolding becomes less about reaching a specific destination and more about fully experiencing the journey itself. This presence allows you to see the beauty and meaning in even the smallest moments, deepening your trust that life is unfolding exactly as it should. So act as if everything always works out for you, not because life is perfect, but because you are capable of turning imperfections into growth. Trust the process, flow like the river, and watch as your world transforms one act of faith at a time.